I think Papa was right. We should have stocked up on more tequila. Hi, everybody. So, I've been fighting limes for like the last 3 hours. This was the worst idea I've ever had in my life. But that's okay. That's what this page is for, to live and learn. But not all is lost. Okay, so first let's get down to limes. Okay, here's what I've found. I've found that oranges peel wonderfully easy. Here's some that I've been telling everybody as they eat an orange, they either have to get me or they save their peelings. They've just been sitting out. Our house is so dry with the wood stove that I just have to leave them sitting in a bowl and they dried up. Here's some that we did today. But anyway, paring knife, take as little of the white as you can because the white is bitter. But this will make for some good powdered orange zest flavor, whatever. I mean, it's going to be dried and powdered, so it's going to last forever. So, limes don't peel easy in any way, shape, or form. And I'm going to guess lemons don't either. So, your choice on whether you ever want to try that. I tried the grater, and all it did was stick in the grater. I have a zester. I won't go get it. It didn't do crap. I tried the shredder side of the grater, and that did okay, but it still didn't do very well. It did about as well as my paring knife, which I guess I've already put in the sink. What worked the best? Grandma's old potato peeler. I am so glad I inherited this potato peeler because nothing else is doing it. So here is what I have so far. Oops. Again, try not to, it's hard. They're thin skinned, so they're not like an orange where you can easily not do the white. I mean, you're going to get white. However, I kind of tasted it a little bit, and I didn't find it all that bitter, so I'm not going to be too worried about it. All right. So I started it like so. And actually, this is easier, and I know you can't see, but you're just going to have to bear with me. But instead of using the potato peeler like it's supposed to be used, which is this way, which works, except for the peels go everywhere, which is why I never use this. I always peel potatoes with a knife. With a little sawing action, you can make quick work of your limes and get them peeled up pretty quick. That's what I've been sitting here doing all evening after I finally figured out my best alternative. All right, then I just kind of take the ends once it's I do the center, and then I go through the ends and just kind of quickly take them off. Now, my intention at this point, and what I've been doing with my oranges, was to then peel this and take my cute little pieces of lime and put them in my canning jars and can them. No, there is no peeling a lime. It disintegrates. It's stuck to the peel. It ain't happening. There's a reason that my lime still has the skin on it when I buy a gin and tonic, right? Well, that's the reason. So, and hopefully I've got enough room in some of my jars because I've just saved a lime especially for you. Cut off the ends. Oh, and by the way, I did not even know how dull my knives were until I went to cut these confounded damn limes. This was my sharpest knife. Thank you, Rachel Ray. anyway, I'm slicing them up. I did one jar of quartered limes because, like I said, I do enjoy a gin and tonic here and there. And why not have a jar of limes at my ready, right? All right. Anyway, I've got my jars, and I've just kind of been packing them in there. They're all pretty full already. Packing the slices, and hey, you know, I figure this. I figure these are going to be good for putting in water, putting in lemonade, putting in tea, you know, gin and tonics, whatever. I mean, they're going to be good for all kinds of things. I ended up with 5 pints. That is what, try to get these, that's what 5 pounds of limes gave me. So a pound per jar. Good to know as well. Anyway, we're going to go on. I'm going to start the oven. I could easily dry these. These, actually, this bowl. This bowl literally has just sat out on the counter as we've added to it. These were yesterday's peels. You can see they're pretty crispy, just drying on their own. And I can do that. And I think in the future, and I probably will continue to do this with oranges because you're probably going to use orange zest a lot more than lime zest anyway. I will just leave them out and let them dry unless it's summertime. But for the sake of everyone who doesn't have a wood stove sucking the moisture out of their home, I will go start the oven and we will can up these limes and I'll show you how to do that. Hi, where am I? Here I am. Okay, so I am going to can my limes in a light syrup. And you don't have to use any kind of syrup. You can just do them in water. But you know what? It's what I can most of my fruit in. It just kind of adds to the flavor. We all have sweet tooth, so, you know, whatever. But I start with, it's the actual recipe is 5.5 cups of water to 2 1/4, or maybe it's 5.25 cups of water to 2.5 cups of sugar. I just use 6 cups of water and 2.5 sugar. So we're going to get that going. And also I have my pot, I don't know, yeah, well, you can't see it, but you will. For my water bath, because the one awesome thing about canning anything citrus, no pressure cooker, anybody can can this. All you have to have is a pot big enough to make sure there's 1 inch of water over the jar. That's it. So if you're a newbie, and you know, mandarin oranges can wonderfully. They're great for lunches. You can do them in half pints. Throw them in your bag. Take them to work. Healthy snack. Anyway, here we go.